Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, Best Care Home Services, and DeSoto Outdoors and Archery.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on this December the 17th, and we have
Outdoors with Larry Ray, but Larry's indoors today.
I'm indoors, that's for sure, because it's going to be 70 degrees, today, I understand. But I'll be outdoors next week, and now that I've killed a deer, I'm feeling much better. Well, I'm really not feeling much better. I'm aching all over my body and still hurting from that.
Yeah, get a little venison to eat instead of all them Vienna sausages.
I don't eat Vienna sausages. That's a whole other story about that. Too long a day on Sardis Lake one time. I don't eat Vienna sausage anymore. But, hey, we got Frank Barton is back on the line with us. And, Frank, I have to tell you, Frank could not be in the studio this morning, and that's a great miss. But Dave Gabbard is filling in, and for the first hour and 15 minutes, he's been trying to impersonate Frank's voice.
Nobody can impersonate Frank.
No. Frank, so say good morning, Frank.
Good morning, everybody.
There you go. That's Frank. See, that's Frank. And Frank has he has a better radio voice than I do.
Yeah.
And I have a better radio face than Frank does.
You sound tall. That's why you do
taller.
radio. You sound taller on the
radio.
It's
this chair I'm sitting in. But we wanted Frank to sit in with us a little bit as we close out today's show, because we have Larry Richardson on the line with us, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Foundation. Got a new book coming out. It's called Tennessee Wilderness, A Legacy Endures. And Larry had sent me a little information about the book, and it's really a book. I mean, this is not something you put in your back pocket and take to the.
That's what I classify as a coffee table.
No, this is what most people would call a coffee table book.
Yeah. Because this. Yeah. Well, good morning, Larry. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I've had a good duck hunt this week on the Buffalo River, and it's always good to get outdoors, as you know. And
yes.
We've got to stay indoors occasionally, but. Nature calls.
Yes, and nature calls me a lot the older you get. I can tell you that on a whole other subject there. So, but I know we love to talk ducks on this show, and we've been talking ducks, and Frank loves to talk ducks. But Larry took a break from a duck hunt this morning to come on and talk about this new book. Tell our listeners a little bit about the book itself. What will it include, and a little bit about it.
Well, the book, maybe the title may be a little misleading or deceiving, I suppose, but Tennessee Wilderness, Legacy Endures talks about there is still wildness in Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's not the wilderness that our ancestors knew 300 years ago, but you can find that out-of-the-way place where all you can hear is the wind in the trees and the eagle overhead. And we hope that the photographs in this book by Tom Wood, who is a former wildlife officer for TWRA. He's a professional photographer. He's taken photographs from one end of the state to the other, and we've taken some of the best ones and put them in the book. And what we hope this book does, it inspires people to get out and see these places and walk in them and boat in them and enjoy what Tennessee has to offer in the way of nature.
And Larry, how many pictures does the book have?
Gosh, last count I had, I need to go back and recount. I think there's at least 150 pictures.
At least 150 photographs.
Yeah,
and
there's I think 206 or 7 pages total.
That's what I was going to ask you.
There's a little bit of narrative and for photo captions, but we've tried to make this a book that has 150,000 words in it. In other words, picture's worth 1,000.
There you go. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was wondering how you got those words, and I started figuring it out in my head. I'm a little dense here on Saturday morning, but again, we're talking to Larry Richardson, Tennessee Wildlife Resources Foundation. And why did you guys do this?
Well, actually, it was the brainchild of Ed Carter, who's the executive director for TWRA. He felt like that we haven't talked about the wildlife management areas enough, and there are quite a few WMAs featured in the book.
Yes.
And we've got a little bit of history of the agency, and we've got a section of black and white photographs from the 40s and 50s that shows how it was back then.
Huh.
So this is this started about a year ago as a kind of a pipe dream, and we continued to work on it, and finally got it to the printer a few weeks too late. We were hoping Thanksgiving, but the plans of mice and men never worked out like that.
Yeah, and I know there's some familiar names in it. Will I know anybody in there?
Well, what we've done is we got about 20 notable people, including Larry Ray.
There you go. Okay, I just want you to say it.
A few other outdoor writers, but people like I think most people would recognize the name Peyton Manning and Phil Fulmer and Bill Dance and Johnny Morris, owner of Bass Pro, and quite a few others who have give us some one-liners, sometimes a short paragraph, on why they like Tennessee and the beauty of Tennessee.
Well, that's I was really pleased to be part of this because in July of next year, I'll be in Tennessee 50 years, which means that's 23 more than I was in my home state of Arkansas.
I was going to say, statute of limitations will
it's
finally run out one
I
of these
can go
days
back
in
home
Arkansas.
now.
Yeah.
I can go back home now. So before we let you go, Larry, where will the book be available once it is available?
All right, you can go online today, and you can order the book from the foundation. And here's the web address.
All right, give it to me.
It's www.TWRF.net.
All right.
Tennessee Wildlife Resources Foundation. And TWRF.net.
And you'll be able to get the book. And what is the price of this book?
This book is really affordable. It's only $39.95.
You're kidding
plus a little shipping charge. And
you're kidding me.
Buy 2 or 3.
Wow. Okay, people hear that? Christmas presents. You're looking for somebody from Tennessee. There you go. We just we'll give you a $1 off, courtesy of Larry Richardson. No. All right, Larry. No. We want this to be and this is a great Christmas gift, folks, and that's why I want to get Larry on as quickly as I could. Larry, thank you, buddy. Have a great one, and look forward to seeing the book too. Okay.
All right. See you outdoors.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Larry Richardson. I wasn't tooting my horn, but I was really happy that they allowed me to be.
You got included.
I got included.
Yeah,
it's good to know people in high places like Frank Barton.
There are OSHA requirements, and they
got you in there with the guy with that orange hat.
They got me in the guy with the orange hat, and so I wanted Frank to hear that, so he'll know that that
you know people.
I know people besides Frank, but. Hey, Frank.
I'm quite honored to know you, Larry.
Oh, I'm honored to know you. We've talked so much on this, and then Dave, after we talked to you earlier about the hunt we went into some other hunts in the area, and we're really in an area, and we talked to someone earlier about we're blessed to be in an area with so much giving people that will go out and help our wounded warriors, or the soldiers, or the women that you guys do, or the kids, the waterfowl hunts that all these states do and everything like that. So really happy to that. But I got to ask you, Frank, okay, now we're into the middle of December. You're my prognosticator guy. I've been reading all these migration reports and everything like that. Okay, Frank, are you just as optimistic on December the 17th as you were on November the 26th? Or November the 19th.
I am more optimistic because of the success that the areas that are not that far from us are having with ducks, and the primary reason that they're having that success is the large amount of water that they have been able to produce, because that's where it's coming from. They produced it, and we always get our water. Sometimes we get it later than we like.
Yes.
But we
and
always
too much
get it.
at one time.
Too much at one time. Yeah.
Too much. But I remember 2 years ago that we didn't have any water until the week right before Christmas.
Yes.
The week and then we didn't have any water to hunt, and then we got loads of water. So, yes, I am optimistic because other places are having outstanding seasons so far, and I think the Delta part of Arkansas will. North Mississippi is having a good duck season.
Yeah.
I've talked to people there. Yes.
So he's optimistic. All right, now Dave Gabbert, being a duck hunter, we're in the middle of December. What are you saying?
Yeah, I believe it's going to be better than last year because last year we had a little too much water. The first part of December when it got out, but and the people like Frank was talking about, I knew some guys in North Mississippi with their operations that, like the first 3 weeks of the season, they'd fired like 3 shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but.
Well, it was warm.
But
we didn't have any rain.
Our, the refuges at Reelfoot up there, Black Bayou.
Yeah.
I was talking to Jeff Martin the other day, he's holding over 100,000 ducks, and, but literally, we've got, and sometimes we benefit by not having too much water. If you're one of those that pump, to get the water there. But
Frank knows all about that.
Yeah. But but I think we're going to have a good season. And
Frank, I know that all I care about is when the invitations start rolling in from Frank, and I've paid my $170 for my license, and I have my new waders, Frank. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready. Now just prepare Lackey and all your other buddies there to get ready for me. And then you spoiled me the last time, okay? I mean, don't make me push-pull anything, all right? So
we'll treat you just like the special guest that you always are when you come with us.
Oh, I love it.
And
I love it.
And they are, and my regular hunting companions are.
Are they fired up?
And they're anticipating your arrival. So.
Okay. As long as Delta's ready, that's all that counts. We do that.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Hey, Frank, we appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Try to talk to you before Christmas, and not Merry Christmas to you and your family, and thank you for your friendship and what you do for the Mid-South here and everything. And folks, really, if you're looking for a good Christmas present, I know Frank could probably sell you a slingshot if you want. And I don't mean the kind with a rubber band. Just head over to do we have any other announcements before we let you go, Frank?
Well, I know you're talking about the store on Mount Moriah.
I didn't say
we
that.
We are.
Yeah.
I know that's what you're talking about, the other announcements. I'm hoping. I'm looking at January now.
Okay.
My contractor should be out of the building in probably 7 to 10 days, and then I'll start putting all the fixtures up to support the Polaris side of the business, the Victory side, and then what we're really excited about is the Indian motorcycle side. So and it's going to be real special. I don't get excited a lot about buildings, but I am going to.
You are
pretty excited. I'm getting pretty excited about this one, so looking forward to it. And thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas, Dave, Greg, and Merry Christmas to all the listeners of Outdoors with Larry Ray.
Thank you. And I had a chance to walk through the new building, and I've actually seen the billboard too. It's right on my way to church, and it's a nice billboard. So anyway, thanks, Frank. Okay, thank you, Dave Gabbert. Let me tell you about next week's show real quick before we get out of here. Ron Wong and John Gordon will be in studio. Of course, it will be our pre-Christmas show. And, of course, we'll have Buck Gardner on playing Jingle Bells on his duck call, as we always do.
Ron's going to do the 12 days of Christmas.
And Ron will try. He's going to do the 2 days of Christmas. John Berry, the Berry Brothers Guide Service. David Best of Mid-South Tackle. David Banyard, our good friend from Drift Master, talking about the new, he does bird feeders. I just got one of his bird feeders. It is an amazing squirrel-proof bird feeder. We'll talk about that. Greg Ratliff, thank you. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Frank Barton. This is Larry Ray reminding you to do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And God bless the USA.
USA.
We're out of here.
You can find out